Hey guys, PerkyPlanes and RC here, operating at 2.4 gigahertz and mixing things up quite a bit here. I can't think of the last time I'd even done a sort of video here from my vehicle. This time the vehicle, of course, is my truck. So and I've decided to kind of title this video, or going to be titling this video, "A Trip Down Memory Lane." And that's what this is going to be, a trip down memory lane of an old hobby shop that was really big for me way back in the late 80s, early 90s and stuff like that. So basically this hobby shop I'm going to, it has been closed down for quite some time, and it has been, of course, bought out and was repurposed for something else. I think it became some sort of variety store or something like that, with just a bunch of miscellaneous items or something. But anyways, it used to be a hobby store way back in the day, and the building pretty much still is intact the way it was back then. But of course, like I said, the business changed over to another type of business and all that, so they just use the same building. But anyways, the fact of the matter is when it comes to the hobby itself, I didn't really initially start into RC airplanes. Me and my dad were Dad kind of got me into doing hobby stuff, and it probably originally started with like the plastic models that you glue together, stuff like the plastic cars and trucks, and I remember putting together some battleships and sailboats, and I'm sure there was a couple airplanes thrown in there too. So the plastic models is kind of where it really started, as well as model trains. I think early on we had like the HO scale model trains, and then we eventually went over to in-gauge model trains. So that was the initial first steps really into the hobby world, and then I later on got into RC model airplanes. So, but this hobby shop that I'm going to pretty much had it all. And you go in there, you pick up some plastic models. They have a huge selection of model train stuff, and then of course RC airplanes later on. So, but anyways, we're just about there. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch the video around here in just a second and show you guys at least what used to be the old hobby store here locally. All right, this is the old building for the old hobby store. I kind of had to actually come up close to it because we have a big semi-trailer blocking the way here. But anyways, this is, well, it became the bargain barn after the hobby store closed down. The place was actually called Hobbyland, and the building was actually more of like a light tan color, not this red color you see now. And they had Hobbyland written across the front of it, and every letter of Hobbyland was colored like using the primary colors, like red, green, blue, yellow, all that. And it really kind of gave you this impression of like a big toy store with the way the letters were and everything. It's like it was like a giant toy store, and it essentially kind of was. So, but anyways, like I said, this is the place where we used to come and pick up plastic models, model trains, and then later on RC airplane stuff. So, all right, guys. Well, there you have it. Like I said, back there, that's where Hobbyland used to be and was the place to go to for hobby stuff. So, but it's a shame they closed down. But I don't know. There's not much left in our area right now for hobby stuff. I think the only thing we really have left is a Hobbytown USA, and they're okay. Not as good as Hobbyland though. But anyways, guys, just wanted to kind of share that little experience with you and share that little trip down memory lane about one of the old classic hobby stores in the area. So, but anyways, that is all for me. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.